and I'm just here to meet yours. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, men. You should not tolerate that. You are to be respected in your household. You should come home to a place of peace. You're entitled to that too. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are an asset. I'm seeing a lot of men get lost in their relationships, losing themselves. And yes, that I've also seen a lot of women lose themselves in relationships. So it's not just one way, but I'm seeing more men as I continue to do my work online and increasing my social media presence. I'm seeing a lot more men come to me and being like in that position where they're losing themselves. Hey everybody, it's your girl Samantha Lee. Hey y'all, it's me, Samantha Lee, and I'm here to do a reaction video to some content that I thought was super interesting. It's nothing that I posted as a short, but it is a short that was posted on another page. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive into. Before I do, I need you to hit the subscribe button if you like the content that I'm posting. We are a fast-growing game changer nation, and I want you to be a part of it. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and if you want, which I recommend, push that notification bell. That way you are updated on every time that I post. I post every single day except for on Sundays. Spiritual reasons, y'all. You know how it is. But I'm posting every day. And so if you want to be updated, hit that as well. All right, guys, enough of the intro. Let's get into the meat of the message, okay? And it is called Control Your Own Life. Go back.
I'm not telling you to control your girl, but what I am saying is to control your own life. So if your girl says, I want to do X, Y, Z, and you don't like that, you tell her simply, fantastic, you can go. But if you go, understand that you are effectively single once you walk out this house, and she's got a choice to make.
Here's this. Okay, I know he sounds strong right now for some women or some men that maybe on here is like he's coming at her hard. The reality is, y'all, we all have to have boundaries. All of us. We have to love ourselves enough to have boundaries. And a lot of times we get into relationships, and I think even both parties. I've seen women that love somebody so much that they don't exercise boundaries. I've seen men love a woman so much that they don't exercise boundaries. They let that woman do whatever, and it just to keep her around, they'll do whatever it takes. And then I've seen women do the same thing. We have to exercise firm boundaries. We have to. If we love ourselves, we have to have boundaries. And so in this clip, he's basically saying, listen, you need to have boundaries. And sometimes women, because men have been taught to like not talk about their needs, not vocalize what they need in the relationship, women have treated men's needs like they don't matter. And they do. And so I think what can work and what should happen is like, listen, I have this need. Here's my boundary. Here's where I can accept this, but I'm not willing to accept that. And I'm not saying you have to do it on a whole bunch of different things where you can come across as super controlling, but there are some things that you should be like, nah, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not putting up with that, period. And you're justified. Then that person can decide whether they want to play ball or not. They have the freedom of choice.
But you're not going to sit there and double dip and act like you're single while I sit at home like a fucking retard. That's not the way this goes. So that's my thing is I have strict boundaries with women, and you have to have these boundaries so that she respects you.
Oh, listen, he just dipped into another pond with that one. Y'all, we don't talk about this enough. I'm gonna put this over here. We don't talk about this enough. We don't talk enough about men need respect, right? They prefer respect over love. But in order for a woman to love you, they need to respect you. And when a woman doesn't respect you, I would say it's very hard for her to love you or to say that she truly does love you. We need to have that component. It's interesting that God created us in a way that what a man needs, a woman needs to love you. And a woman needs love, right? That's what women need. And so when the exchange, it's so interesting how what we need is what that person needs as well. Like a woman needs to respect you. A man needs to love you. You know, you have to demand respect. And I'm not saying be abusive. I'm not saying be controlling. I am saying have a boundary. And women, I'm saying the same thing to you. Have boundaries. I think it's very important for both of us to have boundaries. I think men respect women with boundaries. And I think women respect men with boundaries. I think we do need to figure out what our bottom lines are, where we're going to draw the line in the sand, and not necessarily do an ultimatum, because I see a lot of that. Oh, well, if you're not going to do what I want you to do, then I'm going to break up with you. No, it's just I see what you do. I see the choices that you're making, and either I'm going to keep playing ball or I'm not. I'm not going to force you to do what I want you to do. It's not manipulation. It's A or B. If you don't want to do it, that's cool. You ain't got to be a part of the game. All right, family, I need you to go ahead and click the link in the pinned comment or in my description to get my free ebook right now. You'll be able to be added to my email list where you'll be provided with in-depth relationship, spirituality, life advice, revelations that I have, appearances that I may have. Be a part of this exclusive community that is growing rapidly, okay? All right, y'all, let's get back into it.
The problem is that not enough women respect their men. And once a woman doesn't respect their man, the love is gone. That's why I was telling you before. Respect is a necessary component to get love from a woman. Because as a man, you're looked at as a leader. That's why I don't listen to you guys with this 50-50 bullshit. Because women don't want a man that's their height, makes their same money, and their strength. They want a man that's taller than them, makes more money than them, more confident, more ambitious.
That girl right next to him look like she about to hit him, don't she? Y'all, did y'all see that? I wish we could rewind it back. That girl right next to him was looking at him like, what? Wait, what?
So by default, we are not equal. So when you expect me to sit there and consider you an equal 50-50 when I had to bust my ass to attract you in the first place? Out of here. That's not the way the world works. Men lead, women follow. It's been that way since the beginning of time. I'm not telling you to control your girl. But what I am saying is to control your own life. So if your girl says, I want to do X, Y, Z.
Y'all know my belief system is that a man does lead. And I want a man to lead. In my relationships, I want a leader. When I get married again, I want a leader. I want a man that I can trust his lead. I see that he leads his life well and that he can lead my family and us all as a unit well. And that's something that I always take into account when I'm dating someone or anything like that. Is this person a good leader? Do they lead their life well? Can they lead a family? Do they listen? Are they a good leader? Knows how to listen. A good leader is not just a dictatorship. It's like I can hear what the needs are in my company or the needs are at my home. And I can say, you know what? I hear what needs to be done and I'm going to make the best decision. And the people that depend upon me can trust my lead in this. And so I think it's very interesting that he goes to the 50-50 thing about, going into height and money and things of that nature. I don't believe in that dynamic of relationship, of course, because I just said I would prefer a man to lead and me follow. I think we can both value each other as people if that's what the concern is. But I truly believe in that dynamic. I don't want to lead my household. And I don't know a lot of women that do want to lead their household. I know a lot of women that they're not, I think that they've been hurt so much by people that they've allowed to lead that they don't want that anymore. But I don't know a woman like sitting here right now. I don't know a woman that wants to lead. I know a lot of men that do. So I know it's how we are created. It is. He's to that point, it's how it's been since the beginning of time. It's true. Women don't, I know there's women have leadership qualities, and I'm not taking that away at all. I think a woman could be absolutely a great leader. But I think that in general, when you talk about the nature of a relationship, I think the best kind of relationships is where a man leads, in my opinion. I don't think when a woman's leading the household and things like that, she can be strong in certain areas. And I think a good leader knows when to delegate, right? Okay, just because I'm a man doesn't mean I'm good at finances. Just because I'm a man doesn't mean I'm good at home improvement. I can see that my wife is better in these areas, and they may be stereotypically masculine areas, but she's better at that. So I'm going to default to her on that. That's what a good leader does. They know how to delegate, and they know how to give certain roles to the people that do the best with that. But I do believe in having a leader. And I think that every relationship will have somewhat of a leader, the person that we're like, okay, are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? And when I've seen relationships where women lead, it doesn't make me necessarily feel that comfortable. I'll be honest with you. You can tell even when a woman has a say and a man is a prominent figure and the woman has a say, you ultimately can see the respect that she has for her husband. Like, I'm going to check in with him. I'm going to see if he's okay with this. Is my thoughts, but I'm going to see if he's good with this. Like, you can see that. And I like that dynamic too. But I think that I personally desire a relationship where I'm not the leader. I don't want to be the leader. I don't. I'm an indecisive person. I think that's why I like dominant personality people. I am a dominant personality. I've read that in my comments, and people be like, "Oh, Sam is like an alpha. She got alpha." Listen, I got opinions. I don't want to lead nobody. I got an opinion now, and listen, I think I got good opinions, but I don't want to be the leader. I want to say I would rather take direction. I would rather somebody tell me, okay, do this or do that, or I like structure. I'm not one to. If I feel strongly about something, I'm going to say it, and I would love to choose somebody that I will choose somebody that takes that into account, because I think that we are created to be helpmates. And if you don't listen to your helpmate, then how am I helping you? I'm just there. No, I want to be considered, but I don't want to lead. And so anyway, y'all, I thought this was a very interesting topic because I've seen a lot of men, or I've recently been around a lot of men that have talked about how their relationship dynamics are, and there's an increasing amount of men that are unhappy in their relationship dynamic because women are leading the relationship, or they do not respect their husbands, and it's very clear. And I think that with that happening, men, we have to have a certain level of like, listen, this is my bottom line. And if you do this, I'm gonna have to lead. There's gonna have to be a certain level of like, if you're gonna play this game and you know that this doesn't jive with me, period, but you're gonna do it anyway and disregard me or disrespect me, the boundary line needs to be drawn. And I'm not saying when you're in a marital context, I'm not saying you divorce. But what I am saying is, if that's what you're going to do, then we may need to take some time apart. We may need to, figure this out. We may need to get in front of a therapist. We may need to get in front of some good counsel, because I'm not going to tolerate this in my relationship, period. And if this is what you want to continue to do, then either we compromise, we meet somewhere in the middle, because that's your way and this is my way, and we need to figure out our way, or we don't do it a way that's completely uncomfortable to me, and you just completely disregarding my feelings, completely disregarding my needs, and I'm just here to meet yours. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, men. You should not tolerate that. You are to be respected in your household. You should come home to a place of peace. You're entitled to that too. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are an asset. I'm seeing a lot of men get lost in their relationships, losing themselves. And yes, that I've also seen a lot of women lose themselves in relationships. So it's not just one way, but I'm seeing more men as I continue to do my work online and increasing my social media presence. I'm seeing a lot more men come to me and being like in that position where they're losing themselves and being disrespected and torn down every day in their relationships. That angers me, y'all. Ooh, that makes me mad. That makes me mad. That makes me mad. And so at the end of the day, you deserve to be respected. And if there's things that are happening in your situation, all you can do is control your life. You can't control somebody else. You can't control somebody's perspectives, opinions, what they decide to do, what they don't decide to do. But what you can say is this ain't what I'm doing. Now, if you decide to go elsewhere, okay, but this is not what I am doing. And you're entitled to that. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.